AudioStack.
Welcome to AudioStack's Parrot podcast, the AI podcast from AudioStack, the world's leading infrastructure solution for fully automated, scalable AI audio production. I am Silke Zetzsche, an independent audio expert and consultant for audio marketing and new audio, and as well the author of the AudioStack white paper, AI in the Audio Industry. And that's exactly what this podcast is all about. We provide in-depth information about the use of artificial intelligence in the audio industry. We have invited some interesting interview partners, and AudioStack wouldn't be a provider of fully automated AI productions if this podcast wasn't produced with AI. So even though you're listening to me, Silke Zetzsche, we produced this podcast with my voice clone. But now have fun. It's now possible for anyone to effortlessly create high-quality, personalized and dynamic audio content and update it in real time, without extensive technical knowledge or expensive equipment. Additionally, audio will become as customizable for A/B tests and programmatic campaigns as other digital media already are. A quick explanation. A/B testing in audio campaigns is a method where two versions of an audio ad, A and B, are played to an audience under identical conditions to determine which ad is more effective. This is based on measurable reactions such as click-through rate, engagement, or conversions. This not only saves significant time and resources, but also opens up new, creative possibilities for producers of auditory content. Besides A/B testing, AI will be increasingly used to create personalized and highly relevant audio content for individual target groups. My thesis? AI will revolutionize the audio advertising industry. Today, we're discussing an exciting application area for AI, the creation of radio and digital audio advertising. The good news is that personalized audio spots, tailored to the listeners, have been proven to achieve better recall and higher relevance of content. Until now, personalized spots have been played out by pre-producing individual spot elements for different target groups and reassembling them in real time using software and data targeting via an ad server. For example, a listener of an online audio offer in Hamburg might hear a different spot within a customer's audio campaign than a listener of the same station in Munich, as the approach within the audio spot is tailored based on gender and location. Besides location, all kinds of first, second, and third-party data can be used. In this context, AudioStack offers the most advanced technology for producing such high-quality audio content. The world's leading infrastructure solution for fully automated, scalable AI audio production. For the first time, audio assets can be created in real time. This allows for entirely new applications, enabling audio to be produced faster, in larger quantities, and more cost-effectively than ever before. Today, I'm talking with Silke. As Commercial Director at AudioStack, she oversees the commercial strategy and growth as well as all global strategic customers. She also provides the media and advertising industry with insights about the AI production solution and its benefits in areas such as audio, video, podcast, addressability, and content formats, as we're discussing today. Silke, so nice to have you here. We just met at the OMR in Hamburg and got interesting insights, including AI. Today we will talk about your platform, about AudioStack. Can you explain what makes your platform different from others?
That's a very, very good question. So I've been with AudioStack for a couple of months, and since being here, there's some real major differences from other traditional text-to-speech providers, which is the bucket that usually AudioStack has been put into. And I would say the main difference is when you look at text-to-speech providers, that is a single ingredient in the entirety of the audio production process. And in the same way how a baker, I'd say, wouldn't be able to make a cake with just flour, you wouldn't be able to make an audio ad with just the voice. So AudioStack delivers the end-to-end audio production solution. And that means the content creation, the voice, i.e. the text-to-speech, the production, and all the post-production elements such as mixing and mastering, as well as the delivery of the assets itself. So that, I'd say, is the major difference. And also why a potential client prospect or a brand that we would want to work with should really understand and know, because it's almost like having a audio production studio inside your laptop or your pocket to be able to create end-to-end fully audio assets that can be played instantly across any audio platform.
And you've already done an excellent job. Your client, Omnicom Media Group Germany, has just been honored with the German Media Award for its campaign for Penny Germany, for which your technology was used. What was special about this campaign?
Yes, of course. It was a really awesome campaign, and the reason why I'm saying it's an awesome campaign is because I think all of the entities, so the clients, or Raver or Penny in this case, the brand, the agency, which is Omnicom Media Group in Germany, obviously, and the delivery and the production, i.e. AudioStack, and the delivery, which is the Omnicom programmatic kind of trade desk. They were all aligned in terms of understanding and delivering an addressable, creative and media strategy. So what I mean by that is that we can now differentiate between different audio outputs depending on specific data signals. And I think because that worked so well in tandem together, and Omnicom Media Group in Germany also developed their own AI product called Zara, which stands for Speech and Audio Real-Time Automation. It really developed a large-scale campaign that enabled listeners to listen to a version of over 2,000 different audio creations, which AudioStack delivered end-to-end via the idyllic front end from Omnicom, and then was implemented in the MPX programmatic trade desk, so that Penny was able to deliver different product messaging, different dynamic pricing to different listeners in different locations. And obviously in a traditional means or in a traditional production process, that really isn't possible just because of the time it would take to generate over 3,000 audio assets, the cost it would take. So actually in terms of the efficiencies that we generated over 80% of production efficiency, so really scaled that back. But also the cost savings from the production itself were able to be put back into the media execution, which I think for any brand is fantastic to get more for their money.
That sounds exciting. In terms of audio advertising, do you see this type of play out as the future, or do single spot campaigns also have a chance? Can you give some examples?
I do believe there is a place for both. I do think that there are more brands that they want to now also incorporate the addressable media strategy into the actual creative execution, so that a listener or a viewer actually has the ability to differentiate and feels that audio spot or that ad spot from a brand feels more for them. But I do think both have a place in the ad spot creation, and the only reason being, not every brand or not every large scale brand, there's over 99% of small to medium businesses have the ability to create thousands of spots, or in fact need them because they're only in a very small area available. And there, I think single audio spot creation and fast, where potentially a seller can actually work with the brand, or brand itself can actually work on their own spots, I think is really practical and also efficient to be able for them to have an audio spot created within seconds, then get that ad, and then have fantastic results. And to your question about if I have an example, we did run a campaign with one of our clients, RMS, and their client, Sun Express, where in that same scenario, an RMS service person worked with the brand Sun Express, with the marketing person, to create a fully produced AI audio spot together, which then aired and actually created really phenomenal results on the back of that. So it's just one use case, but of course, in now and in the future, that will be more where more small to medium businesses, I feel, will be emancipated and feel more inclined to actually do audio, given that in the last 5 years, audio has seen such a positive response from brands.
Yes, exactly. And I have already tried it out and created my own spot. But your platform can do even more than create audio spots. You also provide solutions for video voiceovers. Where is that used?
That's actually really interesting, because whenever you hear AudioStack, you immediately think audio and audio only. And again, that's something that we have to educate the market, or is my role to educate the market, that actually audio can also be efficient and have an impact in other media that are not just radio or audio. And that is usually like premium video spots, or if you think of social media such as TikTok, for example, CTV, Smart TV is big. In fact, our biggest campaign is actually a linear TV campaign that's running in the US, where our tool provides different 10-second end tags for the ad itself that changes the costs and the prices for different geolocation and audience and price offers. So yes, the beauty of AudioStack is that it's end-to-end audio production tool, but also can facilitate TV, video, audio-only podcast, social video to really deliver a client or brand or an agency a kind of omni-channel AI audio solution.
Where it is also absolutely relevant is what we are doing here right now, podcasting. The podcast market is growing and growing in terms of the number of podcasts available. What role do you think AI plays in the creation of podcast content?
I think podcast it's almost like an audio bubble on its own. So it almost has its own rules. And in the same way how you and I are conversing, I think AI is a very opinionated topic, or a lot of people have opinions over it. Some say, AI should definitely be part of also the production process. Others say actually perhaps AI can be used to fasten or to decrease some of the production processes that usually take quite long. And an example would be, for example, within that, you have host-read ads, which are probably the most sought after podcast ad formats, but the production process takes around an average 4 weeks because a brand has to liaise with their host, and the host has to think about what should that script look like or sound like. Then they also have to record a demo for that and then send it across. And that process can take quite a while. Now, if you would be able to use AI from providers such as AudioStack to actually for a host to clone their voice, for the platform to actually deliver some host-read scripts or ideas to the host, so the script writing becomes faster because the system has learned how the host actually writes, how they say things, what their style is, for example, and to use it actually as a almost non-consumer-facing tool to speed up that process so that everyone in the chain, the brand, the host, and the platform actually win from that, because it's a shorter process to get an ad actually out. But then, of course, there's other providers where AI was used to translate the language of the host itself. So they cloned the voice of the host and then translated it into multiple different languages to achieve greater audience reach, and obviously also more familiarity with an audience that perhaps doesn't speak English as their native tongue.
GPT-4o is now available and promises to deliver emotional voices that I can adjust in tonality. That's always been the biggest challenge with synthetic and synthesized voices, that they are not emotional. What does that mean for your clients and your platform?
I mean, again, the beauty is that AudioStack is a API-first end-to-end audio production tool and incredibly modular. And we always talk about an infrastructure, actually. But when we talk to brands, they're like, an infrastructure. Are you building streets? So it's the language still, from a tech perspective, needs to be put more into advertising terms, I think. But of course, anyone in this space who delivers new improvements, that is something that AudioStack can very simply and easily integrate into their platform and then deliver to our clients. So that's the beauty, because we always want to make sure that our clients have access to the latest improvement when it comes to AI in all of the areas across the audio production process, so that the content generation, which GP 4.0 is falls under, the speech, where they would fall under, as well as they've released their own text-to-speech voices, but also the elements around production, because I do think people underestimate what production actually adds to an ad. And just to give a little bit of a flavor, the ability to understand what audio channel it is and how the volume needs to be adjusted to this audio channel. We, like listeners will be listening on this on a podcast, likely with headphones on. The volume needs to be very different to a radio stream or a digital stream. So these are some of the elements around production and mastering that AudioStack delivers incredibly well. And the ability to integrate new improvements in this AI space is obviously fantastic and works well for us and also our clients.
Silke, thank you very much for the insights. Great that you were here today. Hopefully we'll see and hear each other again soon.
It was really nice. Thank you so much.
Listen to the next episode. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop us a line at audiostack.ai or leave a comment. You can listen to us wherever podcasts are available or directly at audiostack.ai. See you soon.